to everybody. Hope you enjoy your holiday tomorrow. We will have a pretty normal Thursday. We're just going to speed up the process, start a little earlier, and try to get the players out of here to enjoy the afternoon with their families. But we are looking ahead to Seattle, firmly in the preparation right now. Really good football team, tough place to go win, as we found out last year. Able to find a way to win that game in the end. So environment, noise, really, really well-coached team in all three phases. So we've got to, find a way to have maybe our best week of preparation all season as a team and go play well. Our team's played well at certain times, on the road this year, handled some environments. So we've got to absolutely bring some of that experience with us to go get this thing done. I'll open it up to you guys.
Kevin, is there a 0 hour for J.J. McCarthy? Does it have to be today? Does it have to be Friday?
He'll, he's cleared enough of the, the protocol to at least participate in a limited capacity today. That's kind of part of the next phases of it. He's in the protocol, and kind of as that goes and as the medical kind of process plays out. I think, as far as the 0 hour, I don't necessarily know if we're looking at, at it like that, but you do want to take into account what has his preparation been like, what has the practice week been like with what he's able to do, while also knowing that, ultimately this is not talking about a hand or an ankle or anything like that. We're talking about his head, and it's obviously something that, as a former player and just kind of thinking about it from that context, we want to for sure make sure we defer to the medical team, but then also, what we feel is best, and we're still not in a place to declare anything yet. Just kind of listening to where it's at right now and where it could get to, but we're obviously gonna be smart, both for what's best for our team and what's best, most importantly, for JJ.
Will he get any team reps, JJ?
Today he's not cleared to officially do that yet. He can take part in individual. You'll see him throwing. You'll see him kind of working through the individual phase, and then as the week goes on, we'll be able to update you guys on what he's able to do.
How does that, when you're working through that and can't do the individual phase yet, how does that impact the way you prepare the team? Just knowing that if you can't take first team reps, then you can't really have the prep time you probably normally like in a week with him.
Yeah, I think the team's preparation is whether it's the plays, the what we think it's going to take to win the game. Max will take all the first team reps, and John will take the scout team reps, and that's kind of the plan for today, and take it a day by day approach from there. But as far as the plan and being in meetings and hearing the plan and all those things, and then being able to do individual is obviously critical for the continued belief that we're stacking a lot of hours and time on fundamentals and technique. So getting to do those things while also knowing we're kind of, as far as schematics go, we're kind of in a place in the season where if you're doing new things, there's really not a lot of those things. There's more tweaks and one-off changes to plays that maybe he's gotten some time on task on. So as far as the team goes, I think our preparation is important, and it's absolutely a huge part of hopefully what leads us to play well this Sunday, but I don't think it changes at all.
Were you with Marisol and Donovan Jackson?
Yeah, both those guys, they will not participate today. Donovan obviously dealing, with his, with his ankle, and it's sore, but we've had conversations about seeing what the rest of his week looks like as possibly being available for this week, but at the same time, he'll have to, kind of improve from where he's at right now to have a chance to play, which is very possible. And then, Christian's working through just some soreness, but hopefully, have a chance to get him some work here as the week goes on and determine his status for the game.
Yep, with JJ, another setback, how are his spirits this week and what you observed?
Yeah, obviously the protocol can be tough sometimes for a player because it's kind of out of their hands, it's out of our hands, and you kind of just defer to the medical team. And when you want to be out there and you want to compete, it's not always the news that you want, but that's exactly why it's in place. So, a lot of things like the protocol, is what makes you feel good about being in the head coach position, where you don't have to worry about it being about a player's decision or my decision when in regards to something like this.
Can we talk about Max and processing? How do you pick up on that? Like, how did you guys identify early on that he was just good in that area?
Yeah, getting to go to his pro, he threw it 2 straight Minnesota Pro Days with the rules being what they are now. So getting 2 years of exposure, in the pre-draft process, getting to watch him throw the football, in person, and then both those times you're getting over there, you're spending time with those guys, you're having conversations with them, and then obviously being, really close with PJ and being able to kind of pick his brain a little bit throughout, long before Max ever even enters the draft process, when he first arrived from New Hampshire, and kind of his fit and what they were trying to do. And we've spent time with their coaching staff. They come over in the spring and, see him do some of those things. So that's the starting point. But I think you really don't know until you see a guy actively start going through reps, and you really don't know until you start seeing some things where it's great to always be able to, dot every I and cross every T from a installation standpoint. We try to be really detailed, but then there's a layer to it where you start seeing the timing click, and you start seeing maybe under less ideal circumstances, like in this preseason, where he's got, he's starting out a game against Tennessee, starting defense, and some pretty impactful players making it hard on him, and he's functioning and able to move the team and do some things that really solidified a lot of the things we were feeling on Max. But he's done nothing but just attack it every day and continue to understand that maybe the reps with Carson or J.J. at different times in the season it's going to be pretty hard to come by. So he maximizes the practice squad reps, the look team reps, I should say, and he maximizes the meeting time and gets extra meetings with Jordan and Josh. And I think part of him and JJ being really close has allowed the two of them to kind of prepare together in many ways. So he's done everything to be ready when his number's been called, and he'll be ready if that's what takes place on Sunday, and I'll have a lot of confidence in him if that's what happens.
All right, there we go. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell addressing the media, wrapping up now.